Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing great, actually. I mean, as great as we can get on this planet. For some of us, the way it is. Anyway, went outside. It's been wet and rainy, but had a break. Not really sunshine, but it's trying to break through. But I guess not till Friday, and then maybe it'll start or dry up for a couple days, and then we get some more rain, I think. So, from it's that time of year. So, then I just boiled some eggs. I'm going to make egg salad sandwiches for supper. So, with celery and onion and lettuce and whatever. And so, yeah. Wow. Disney is certainly pushing um, that children would know how to determine what gender they want to be when they're little tiny people. And Saturday Night Live, a call for an uprising, uh, had some information on that, and it's pretty disturbing. So I put a link to that. Just so you can, well, maybe I won't, you know what's going on, but yeah, it's disgusting. I don't know. Yeah. We've been kind of looking around, or I should say Doug's mostly, because even if we're both looking online for something that we need, um my suggestions are kind of like, even it's a great deal or what, I found free tires that he can use. Just like, well, they got them in the neighboring town, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but they're not free. And this is not far away what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, forget it then. you know but anyway, car and truck tires, all good tread. Some look almost like new. It's this woman just cleaning things up. It's like, hey. But if a person could mount them on a rim, as long as they're not dated, if they have a date on it, like Walmart doesn't want to change it unless it's but if it's like truck tires won't probably be dated, and some different, I saw some like mud runner type, um anyway, some pretty expensive tires in this big pile this woman had. But anyway, and some really nice car ones, like anyway, yeah. But that's the way it goes. So I just let him keep looking. Somebody's supposed to kind of call, and we thought about getting a new one, but I don't know, because I have a stainless steel set sitting out in the front yard for a very long time because they're so heavy. And we thought about even building an addition just for them, like a laundry room. But right now, even the bucket on our tractor broke. So Doug's got it, but it's got to be dry so he can weld it. So it's like unbelievable. Yeah. I still don't, I mean, I'll honor a person for the good things and inventive things and that different type of things in life, their achievements, but only up to a point. It depends on if anything's reciprocated, and how much. And it's like, if that part in my life isn't equal, I'm like, yeah, I recognize you. You're human. Okay, go away now. you know, I don't mean to you, but I mean with people in general in my life. It's like, okay, so that's the level you're on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Seen President Obama sure is around a lot, and in the White House, what was it, 2 nights ago? Obama was there. It looked like Greta Thunberg in the back by a Navy admiral woman that looked similar to her, and they both were behind Obama. It was like when Creepy Joe started creeping in and tapped on Obama's shoulder, and then they panned over to this young lady a couple times. It's like, that is her. And she looked kind of nervous. It was weird. But when you perceive things in the future, you may not know when you're young what, what it is, but you know it is. You know, that type of, well, it hit her stronger than that. So you can literally read people when they're before you with what God shows them before time. So we're always kind of ahead of the game like that, you know? So I noticed. Yeah. Thank God's spirit for that, you know? Yeah. I'm glad Christ came to help us. Now God's walking the planet. How do we proceed, you know? I guess first the Antichrist is going to stand up, and then it seems though like he's standing pretty tall. Like he already stood up, and it's time for him to take the big fall in the fall. So, um, May, Mayday, Mayday. So hopefully, in by May, it'll be really evident to everybody that the Dark Cabal is afraid in that respect. Like they have a gut wrenching feeling of what they're doing and the lies they tell on a daily basis. So, and that's something it's a human instinct, and they can try and do whatever, take a pill, try and make it go away, but it's not going to go away. And God knows what they're doing to their physiology. They think they know physics. I think God knows physics, and something tells me that he's got a trick up his sleeve. So he always seems to. It always seems to work out in our favor, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really too big on rainy weather, but I mean, I don't mind it. Some days I just really absolutely love it. And I used to be afraid of thunderstorms, and now I kind of like them too. So, but I was in a really bad tornado. So, like, we had to get out of our camper and truck, and it blew down the road like a long ways down the road, and we had gotten in a ditch. And then there was a power line right up above us, but we couldn't see it when we got in there, you know. Wow. But yeah, I used to have nightmares about that because I looked up and saw in the eye of a tornado, you know. So God looked back and he's like, "Oh, hi, okay, see you later." It's like, holy crap. You know, that's what it felt like, literally. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, and JP, Awaken with JP, had one on how they're pushing the um, any gender stuff on little children when that's the parents' place to say when or when not their child loses their innocence. That's up to the parent, nobody else. The parent and God, those are the people involved in when you talk to your child about sex or gender or any of that. And it should be done in the home. I don't believe even in a church, although that could be somewhat of an idea maybe in the future, but and at a given age. And I would do it like back in the old days where we had it in seventh grade, which was pretty perfect because, and the girls were separate than the boys um, in the sex education classes. And I think that was an appropriate way to do things, you know, in their adolescence, right then and there. If you're going to teach it in public, then at least do it flipping right, you know, and have somebody that actually gives a shit about the child telling them, you know. So a lot of things got to change, but one thing at a time. But yeah, how about a whole bunch of things in one smack, one fail swoop? Just clean it up. That would be preferable, wouldn't it? Who wouldn't, knowing if you were guaranteed you're going to be you anywhere you go in the future, and God said, I'm going to smoke this planet, but everybody's going to be okay, and when I wake you up, you're going to feel better. Would you do it? You know? So there's my question for the day. Pretty sure you know my answer. Yeah, I'd do it. It's not what I want to do, but I have a feeling it has been done before. And I have a feeling that this is the last threat with these monsters because although they tried to finagle time, God wasn't lost. you know, they might have played with God's people, but they couldn't technically play with the Spirit of God that's in us and that guides us. So, and that's how we help God. It's like what I call putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. You know, just don't give up, for everybody and for mostly for him, because without him, there is no us. So, but anyway, so I really hope you're doing well. And then I'll tell you how I felt with Obama's. I really I'm not as heartbroken as I was for a while, but or shocked or whatever with the way everything went down. But it was like a fresh start at first, almost like when like when the Reagans were in office, or there's different times where you think, well, there's some hope, but then it's just like a giant cabal of darkness of people that would use other human beings and know the evils that are going on in the world and ignore it for their own gains. You know, it's like enough of it. So, but yeah, what a letdown. And what is he still doing hanging around? You know? Yeah, people got him in for a second term, and now they're thinking about bringing him back in the cabinet, maybe for as a undersecretary, or I'm not sure, for like a 2-year term. But it just still looks like he's basically running the show, you know. Biden's walking around like he's in a daze. Um, if I'm president and I'm tapping on somebody's shoulder, socially, it shouldn't make any difference. That should command that respect on that moment right there, no matter what. That would be the hierarchy of the situation in the government body, you know. It didn't look like that. And then the Secretary of State, Jen Psaki, I think she's Secretary of State, is leaving and going to work in media on some talk show type of platform. So, wonder why she's leaving. Maybe they figure she can do more good with her government knowledge to influence the media. That sounds plausible. Not that intelligent people really take too much credence on what's said in mainstream media, you know. Anyway, so I found out one thing that I mean it should have. I mean I knew it instinctively, but I didn't have the words for it. But um, people of the dark cabal will watch to see if your blood sugar has gone down when they can attack. And later in the day, if you do like me, if you fast all day, or if you're used to eating at a certain time and they can throw a wrench in those gears, they'll do that. I've noticed. So that'll just that thought and putting it into words will help me protect myself more. You know, it's a bigger realization on what I always knew. But yeah, just, I mean, just, and I've said it before in so many words, but yeah. I used to always have to take like sunflower seeds or sunflower nuts and put them in my purse or take some with me and some water. Even before I had kids, um, I'm not diabetic, but I'm very active and I burn a lot of calories. And if I get really low on energy, I'll get sick, you know. So, and maybe I don't know. I think everybody does. Some people get deathly sick, and other people just get really hungry and angry. Or I can get angry if I get super hungry, but I have to be very hungry and I can go days. So, and I think too, without having my menstrual cycle anymore, I'm not um expelling the energy like or even going through menopause now that some all that feeling is going away for the most part, you know. But I still live with allergy fevers and diseases that I chronic things that give me fevers and different attacking me type of things. So from the inside out and the outside in. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. I that was I can't. I think it was the Monograph Channel live. I was on there a little bit. Asked or maybe it was like Lionel's. It was somewhere. Do you think that Biden's going to make it the whole full years? I used to think that they were going to put Kamala in there like halfway, but now I'm thinking that old Joe's just gonna do the whole thing and that'll be that. So that's what I'm thinking now because what a better one to blame the war on and the recession and yeah, he was stupid, we made a mistake. right. They want people totally stupid and under their control. You will own nothing and be happy. Well, Klaus Schwab, you first, buddy. You know, and there's too many people in the world, he said, and Rothschild said that, and Gates and all them type of people. Well, you first. You and your family first. I think Christ already sacrificed for people, and there's plenty of land, and there's plenty of everything for everybody. They don't care. You know, not everybody wants a yacht or a plane or a mansion, you know. Some people want a horse and a dog and a little cabin, you know. Maybe a private lake and, you know, a big porch, couple rocking chairs, you know, and a swing, one of them, like a log or a cedar one, you know. That'd be cool. Oh, yeah. I did have a swing for my kids for a while, but yeah, it was hard to make them. I was really tired back in those days. Wow. At least I'm getting a little more sleep. Now, if we could work on some of that peaceful stuff, that'd be cool. Yeah, anyway. Well, I don't know. I guess I've run out of things to say. But um yeah, it's just disturbing. Don't you agree with me that parents should teach their children about sexuality and genders and um what their belief system is within their own household, and the government shouldn't have a part or a say in that type of thing. Regardless, see, now you could call me liberal, but I'm not far left. I'm liberal, but I'm not left. And I could wanted to call myself a Democrat, but I can't. I can't call myself a Republican either. So all I can say is I'm a human being on this planet that believes that parents have more rights than the state does, and I'm standing on that. And that's the bottom line there, because they're trying to normalize sexualizing little children with all their like baby bachelorette type of thing. And you might think it's cute and funny, but it is not cute and it is not funny at all. No, those little people are not adults. They're little children to be kept innocent as long as possible, which I know. And if they have been exposed to things that take their innocence, don't pile more on it, you know? It's like, good God. So, yeah, you know what I mean. So, what can we do? Well, all we can do is keep saying we see what they're trying to do to keep the next generation stupid, you know, ignorant, malnutrition, weak, you know. They're doing their best to destroy humanity. So We think the robots are about. If they wouldn't need us, you wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. So, but that's not going to happen. So don't go worrying in that way. There'll always be people on this planet, just not them, you know. So this belongs to God. They're just merely renters that haven't paid, and they got an eviction notice, and it might have to be enforced. So that's the way that is. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm going to upload this and go get my supper ready to eat later on. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. Thank you for joining me. I love you. Hang in there and just rest assured, the biggest thing I think we can do is just be thankful we're not them, because imagine the sick feeling of having to be a liar every day of your life. That's gotta be a real ill feeling. So, all right. Later, Gators.